Each and every one of them. 16 minutes before 7 o'clock in the morning. Good to have you aboard. Thank you very much. Happy Friday to you all. And it is, of course, the Friday before the 10th anniversary of 9/11. It has been our focus all week long. It will continue to be right through Sunday. At 11 o'clock, we'll be there, Joe Bartlett and I, between 8 and 11. And this morning, one of the things that is very, very different and pretty on our skyline is World Trade Center 1, the Freedom Tower. It is lit red, white, and blue. And on the telephone with me right now, George Collins. We've talked with George before. He is an iron worker, foreman for the reinforcing Local 46, working on the big tower. Hello there. Good morning, George.
Good morning. How are you this morning, sir?
I am good. I think last time we talked to you was back in May. I think you were on the 52nd floor at the moment. How high is that tower now?
Well, right now we've risen up to 73rd floor, and we're well over 1,000 feet. And we really look proud now. We really came out of the ground.
Yeah, tell me, before we get into some of the other things I want to ask you about that hurricane last week. What did you guys have to do?
Well, the hurricane, we had to batten down the hatches just like all the other construction sites in the city and the tri-state area. And we took the structural iron workers took the boom off of one of the rigs, and we tied things down, and we let the locked the slider crane on the outside of the building in place. And the other crane up top, we let it swing around with the wind. So it fared pretty good. Even with the earthquake, everything went fine. That building didn't move.
All right, so that's what you do on those the cranes on top of the buildings. You just let them swing free.
Yes.
And they act like a weather vane then.
Yeah, basically that's the idea, and it worked out just fine. The engineers were right on, just like they are on this project.
All right, what do you and your what are you the foreman of? I know the reinforcing, but what do your guys do?
All right, my guys put all the rebar in, in the central cores. We have right now we're down to 2 foot and 3 foot thick concrete walls in the core for the stairwells and the elevator shafts, and we did the foundation, which took over 2 years, which is why a lot of people were wondering what was going on down there. But we built a bunker in the ground. It was well over 20,000 tons of rebar. And now we're going up high. We're doing the cores. We're doing the decks, and everything's going real well.
That's good to know. Now I understand that part of the design, and I gather it was done later on after the original design of the building was started. That the lower 24 floors are reinforced.
The lower 24s have heavily reinforced decks. They're all rebar decks. The upper floors have more wire mesh than rebar. And it was a lot of work down just to get to the 20th floor. Incredible amount of work by the wire lathers, the Local 46 guys, my brothers and sisters, and we're real proud of it, And now it's typical after 20, so it seems to get a little easier. But the higher you go up, the more problems you do run into. But like anything else, we're like the Marine Corps, we adapt and we get done with it.
What kind of problems increase as you go higher?
Well, you spread out with height, getting the material up there, that's a problem. It takes longer to get up there. There's more wind. It could be a beautiful day, yet the wind is kicking over 25 to 30 knots, and the crane has to shut down. So, you really start getting into the wind factor now with getting the material up to the floors that we got to work on.
Well, I was walking by there the other day, and I was watching the big crane pull up. It could have been rebar. I'm not quite sure what it was. It was very long pieces of something or other, so it could have been your rebar. But they're pulling it up on the south side of the building where it's all glassed in, and I'm thinking to myself, if that thing starts to swing, you're going to scratch and break that glass.
Well, you believe it or not, we're pretty good at it now. We're not going to be hitting any glass. The crane operators are fantastic. They keep the material away from the building. They keep it away from the Verizon building as it's going up. We have signal men. We don't use radios or hog lines. We're tethered in right there with the crane operator. They can hear us in an instant to stop, boom up, boom down. So we've got it all situated up there. So hopefully there'll be no accidents.
All right. What's the chatter up there on the 73rd floor this week as we get closer to 9/11?
Well, it's the guys are very proud of what they've done. They've worked hard. You look down and you look at the memorial. You look at how it looks, and it looks great. It's going to be a place for the families to come and hopefully have some type of closure. They can touch their family member's name, loved one, friend, and say, at least they have something now to actually come down and concrete. It's right there for them to touch, tactile, which is very...
George, I saw a preview of it. I actually saw a picture of it, a live camera the other night of it with the waterfalls going down and everything. Yeah, it is spectacular. You're absolutely right.
It's breathtaking. I mean, you look at it from up top, it's amazing what the trades did in the past 3 or 4 months, getting it all together so that the families are going to have their weekend, their day. And then after that, there'll be, people from all over the world can come and pay their respects, and it's done right. It's very respectful. The survivors tree is there. It's really nice. I'm looking forward. It's a great weekend to be proud of being American, and and thank God for people like SEAL Team 6, that took care of this guy.
Yep.
And it's a moving weekend, and I hope everybody takes a moment, whether they're in New York or they're in Los Angeles, to take a moment and think about how good we have it here in this country.
All right, is everybody working this weekend, or do they shut it down for the
No,
weekend?
we're shut down by 3:30 today. We'll be out of there. They'll be going through with the PA police. We'll be going through with their people, getting everything tightened up, making sure there's nothing in the building, and in NYPD. I'm sure they're doing their thing out there with the threat we had yesterday. And, I'm sure it's going to be a safe weekend for all. Don't change your habits because of these people. Let's keep doing our thing. We're Americans, We just do. We do our thing, without worrying about it.
I was walking by there yesterday in the bad weather with the rain and everything, and I saw the top of the building was covered with clouds. That doesn't help make it any easier, does it?
It's pretty neat, though. You look up and you go upstairs in the elevators. You get up there, you're in the cloud bank, and you know what? Sometimes you say you're with the angels, with all the people we lost. They're up here with us, and they're helping us build, and they're watching out for us. So it's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat feeling when you're up there and you're actually in the cloud bank.
All right, what's the schedule? How fast you working? What do you get, a floor a week?
Floor a week, yes. We're moving real quick now, floor a week. So, I look at it now as a 30-story building. We got 30 more stories to go. So, this time next year, this thing will be completed as far as the superstructure is concerned. And they'll be sticking the needles through the top of it. And then it's time to start moving people in, putting people to work.
Is that the way they put that needle up through the middle,
Yeah, it'll come in pieces and sections, and they'll just keep pushing it up hydraulically until it reaches the 1776, the birth date of our nation.
All right, George, great bird's eye view, and your description could not be any better. You are a home run.
Listen, a couple of shout-outs to my brothers and sisters at Local 46, the Metallic Lancers Union, and JJ. Keep going. I love the track report.
Okay. All right, Georgie. Thanks a lot. We'll talk. We'll talk again. I am sure. George Collins, man, we're just one of the thousands of people working at the World Trade Center.
It's so nice to get that perspective of what's going on, and because you don't know the challenges that they face.
All you do is see the cranes and the stuff moving. You barely see the people because they're so small, in the size of the gargantuan size of these buildings and what's going on over there. 8 now before 7 o'clock. JJ Kennedy is on vacation.